In Jeremiah chapter 18, verses 1 through 6, the Lord said to Jeremiah, "Go down to the potter's house, and there I will give you my message." So Jeremiah, he went there, and he saw the potter working on the wheel, a lot like Joel's working on the wheel here. God sent Jeremiah to the potter's house, and that was not by accident. God has a plan. He tells us what to do, and we must trust him. God is the creator. He creates each one of us exactly as he intended to, just as the potter creates a vessel. Now Jeremiah saw the potter, and he watched him form a pot from clay. The Bible tells us that whenever a piece of pottery turned out imperfect, Jeremiah would take the clay and remake it into another pot. Just like this one, kind of got a bit wobbly, right? When God's made the vessel of man, and even though you're created perfect, God also gave us free will. Adam and Eve were given free will in the Garden of Eden, and they chose to disobey God. They chose to eat from the fruit from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, and this cursed man to live apart from God. Thorns grew where once there were none. Man would then have to work hard to grow his food. Man had spoiled what God had made perfect. But still, God did not give up on man, just like the potter did not give up on the pot. He remade the pot. He simply took the clay and formed it into a new vessel. The Lord said to Jeremiah, "Don't I have the right with you people of Israel to do what the potter did with the clay? You are in my hands just like the clay is in the potter's hands." The Lord can take us and make us new again. He can forgive our sins if we allow him to remake us into a vessel that he wants us to be. God has a plan for you and me. We may not know what that plan is, but in Isaiah chapter 45, verse 9, God asks us to consider this. Does a clay pot dare argue with its maker? A pot that is like all the others? Does the clay ask the potter, what is he doing? Does the pot complain that the maker has no skill? God has a plan for each and every one of us. He gives us the freedom to choose how we live our lives, but God knows what is best for us. When you love God above everything else, he will help you live by his plan. We may have our own ideas about how we live, but God has a plan for every man, woman, and child. And even if you get a bit wobbly and you turn away from God, he will always welcome you back and make you a vessel that he can use for his glory. Joel and I want to thank you guys for allowing us to come and share with you today. And we're going to talk about if we allow you guys to help us finish this last pot.